What's going on, everyone? In this video, we're going to talk about how to manage your stop losses, how to manage your take profits on my 20 plays. So when we're talking about 20 plays, that's just a short-term change in trend over under the 20 moving average. We need to see a reason why candle. We need to see a confirmation, and we need to see follow through. Most of the time it works, right? If you follow everything to a T on the 5-minute time frame, you should be hitting at around 70% of the time. Okay. And just because it is a high win rate strategy does not mean that you're not going to come into losses along the way. So before you even take a trade, you need to understand, are you a scalper? Are you a little bit more of a longer holder trader, right? So if you're a scalper, truthfully, you're playing a little bit more heavy size. You might be looking for 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points max. Okay. If you're a little bit of a longer holder, you have a wider stop loss and you're looking for more points, probably something closer to whatever the current 5-minute ATR is trading at. Okay. So if the 5-minute ATR, which is average true range, is trading at around 20 points, 25 points, you're probably looking for around 20 points, 18 points, 22 points of take profit. Okay. Your stop loss is also going to probably be around the same. Okay, so it's a little bit more of a one-to-one. You can also use the reason why candle as your stop loss. So if this is the reason why we're taking the trade, our stop loss is going to go above the reason why high. Okay, our entry is going to be below the reason why. Now, in this particular scenario, it's a 21-point range candle. So you have to quickly ask yourself one thing before entering this trade or before deciding to take this trade setup. Are you going to use the entirety of your reason why candle as your stop? Are you going to use maybe the ATR, which would be somewhere right in here, right closer to the high of that candle? Or are you going to look for a quick stop where you're going to play a heavier position size, but you're going to look for a quick 2, 3, 4 points? Okay. Now, it's very important because if you don't understand that and you don't identify that prior to getting into these trades, you can find yourself getting caught and then holding. Oh my gosh, I just got blown out. What happened, right? Meanwhile, you missed a long, which turned out to be a fantastic long. Okay. So if you're going to use the entirety of the reason why candle as your stop, you probably need to be playing micros, or you need to be trading a 150K account, a 250K account, a 350K account that's got a lot of drawdown. If you're trying to play the entirety of that reason why candle as your stop with one mini contract on a 50K account, more than likely you're probably going to blow that account up sooner than you're going to see any substantial amount of gains. In this particular scenario is a 21-point stop loss, so that could be option one. We're going to give ourselves around 21, 22 points worth of stop loss. That's over a $400 losing trade, but we're looking for around $400 to we're looking for either $100 to $400 on the profitability side. Now, if you're not comfortable with risking the entirety of that bar, you can use the ATR. In this particular scenario, it would have been around the same thing. So those two type of stop losses would result in the same outcome. You could also tell yourself, I'll give myself 10 points of stop loss, 15 points of stop loss. You can run like a hard mechanical stop. If you're going to scalp, or maybe you're looking for 2, 3, 4 points of potential, then you probably want to give yourself 3, 4, 5 points of downside. Okay. So in that particular case, maybe you're risking $100 to $150 on one micro to make $100 to $150, or anywhere between $75 and $150 on mini. Mini. So keep those different scenarios in mind, right? I do not believe that every setup is a cookie cutter setup. I run kind of a dynamic stop loss and take profit, meaning depending on the average true range, depending on if I'm trading with the trend or against the trend, has a lot to do with my position sizing. If I'm going against the trend, like in this particular scenario, if I was to zoom out, okay, if I was to zoom out on this one particular trade, This trade is a failure. That's why I wanted to show it to you, because it was a losing trade and I did take this trade and I did get stopped out, but I only lost about $160 on this trade. I immediately turned to the long side because I seen us approaching the initial balance highs, got in on the long play, right? On the long 20 play, and actually rode this through initial balance highs, made about 20 points on it. So not only did I recover the loss of $160, but I made around $400 here. So I walked away with about 270, 260, 270, almost $300 on this trade. Okay. Also, if you take a position and you lose that trade, do not be hesitant to take the next setup, because even though you're playing the same strategy, the strategy has no idea whether the last setup won or it lost. They are all different of each other. So those are some key takeaways. Those are some different ways to play your stop loss and take profit. Either you're playing heavier size, you're looking for 2, 3, 4 points, or you are using the entirety of the reason why candle, but you're playing micros and looking for a close to 1-to-1. Or you're using a 1 ATR for a 1 ATR profit. 1 ATR stop for a 1 ATR profit. Those are the 3 ways you need to play it. And depending on the way that you're playing it is going to depend on how much contract size you have on the table. If you do play it where you make $200, $300, $400 on one trade, my best opinion, that account gets closed. You move on to another account. If you're copy trading between multiple accounts, you're done for the day. If you make over $500 copy trading between 3, 4, 5 accounts, you are done for the day. You come back tomorrow and trade. If you guys want to trade with me each and every single day live, you want access to the courses and the chat room, definitely join Evolution Traders. That link is down in the description box below. If you guys need Apex evaluations to maybe try this strategy for yourself, 90% off. Use code SAVENOW and use the link down in my description box below. And I will see all of you guys on the next video.